Hey, what's going on, everybody? J-Man Espresso or Jeff back with some more Battlefield 3 gameplay coverage for you guys. First of all, I just want to say sorry for the delay in videos lately. It's been a little hectic around here lately with the holidays, and I was buying a new car. It's been a pretty crazy, probably the last week, so haven't had a lot of time to get the videos up. But finally can, holidays are over until Christmas now. My new car's all squared away, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to getting up a video every day for you. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than usual. I got a lot I want to talk about. There's a lot to catch up with, and so if this is the first time you're catching up one of my videos, I do make shorter videos if you're not into the longer ones, but maybe stick around, check it out, see what you like. And for the regulars out there, well, you know how we do, so let's get into it. So what we're going to talk about mainly here is the new patch that DICE has rolled out for Battlefield 3. I'm not sure if the patch has gone live for the consoles yet, but I do know it's been live for the PC for a couple days now, and I want to give my thoughts on it. Now, this was a pretty big patch. A lot of people have been waiting for it. Now, personally, me, I actually haven't had any problems really with the game running. I mean, a couple things here and there, but nothing game breaking. Now, if you go on the forums and read about the amount of problems that people are having with the game, some people can't even play the game. Now, I would bet that 80% of those people are wildly exaggerating the amount of absolute crap that they're spewing, but that's what you get on a public forum. But there's definitely no doubt the game has some issues that need to be patched up for some people, because some people can't even get in there to play. So the big thing for me is that I was just hoping that it didn't make it so that I couldn't play it after they patched it, because I can usually get into a game no problem. Had some flickering issues that I would usually have to, switch to window mode and then switch out of window mode again to make them go away. But that's no problem. You get into a game, you hit Alt Tab, and then you a piece of cake. So really, for me, it's been pretty smooth. So I was just hoping that the patch didn't ruin it for me. So far I can say it's been fine. I actually, the flickering issues for me have been fixed. So I'm okay with the patch so far. But let's just run through a couple things here. Major points that have been fixed graphically are crashes related to graphics cards. The driver's not working well for everybody. That right there, that's going to be something that is hard to fix, all right? Because you can upgrade your graphics. There's people that upgrade their graphics card drivers as soon as they roll out with a new one. Like me, I usually wait 2 or 3 days after NVIDIA releases a new driver, see what people think of it, and then update. But for Battlefield, I haven't been having an issue, so I'm not actually on the latest drivers. I'm actually on the launch drivers because they've been running fine for me. I'm running 580 SLI. The game runs absolutely flawlessly, so I haven't upgraded my drivers. I'm going to update them for Batman Arkham City because there's some issues with DirectX 11 there, but that's neither here nor there. Another major issue that they've added better support for is multi-monitor support, so NVIDIA Surround, Crossfire Eyefinity, or AMD Eyefinity. I run multi-monitors, but I don't play in multi-monitors yet. I'm still playing on a single monitor, but I do have other monitors open at the same time, so that's kind of unique. That was something that I was hoping. That's what causes my flickering, is having the second monitor open, because when I disable that monitor, I have no flickering issues whatsoever. So that's been taken care of. Now, I'm not sure about NVIDIA 3D. I'm interested in that. I'll be running 3D after Christmas, and the 3D support has been pretty lackluster. I looked into patch notes and just browsed through them real quick, and I didn't catch a note about 3D, but I believe 3D support has been improved, but don't quote me on that. And then also many instances of the game crashing have been addressed. So when you're loading into a game through Origin, Origin itself crashing, many things going on with the game crashing. I mean, that's what's been the biggest thing from what I've read from people having issues with. Anytime they try to do anything, the game crashes. They get into a game, it crashes. They try to find a server, it crashes. They just, very unstable. I personally haven't had those issues, so I can't say that that's a 100%, developer side problem. A lot of that's going to have to deal with each individual's computer, their settings, how they have things configured, and all that good stuff. You got to remember, that's one of the very nice things about the consoles is that, the consoles are getting a little old in the tooth. Okay, they don't have the best graphics. All right, but here's the thing. Aside from the fact that you can sit on your couch with your buddies and play the game, everybody has the exact same thing. Whether you bought an Xbox 360 on launch or you bought an Xbox 360 last week, it's identical. Okay, same for the PlayStation. Yeah, it might look different, might have a different hard drive capacity, but if it works on PlayStation, it works on PlayStation. PCs, everybody has a different PC. Everybody's got a different computer. Even if you have the exact same configuration as somebody else, you're going to have different drivers installed. You're going to have different stuff on your hard drive. You're just going to have a different configuration. So, to the people that are being incredibly impatient, and I'm not talking about the younger people that don't know how to be patient. I'm talking about just general, the amount of gamers that are being impatient and complaining about the game. It's, for the most part, it's running pretty smooth, and this new patch seems to have fixed it for even more people now. In this day and age with online gaming and the amount of people that play these games just don't launch with, flawless launches. It just never happens. There's always going to be some issues. I would have liked to seen a little faster response from DICE, but I'm confident that they'll get this game running absolutely beautiful. And as far as I'm concerned right now, the game is running beautifully. So let me know what you guys think about the patch. You guys play on the PC? There's a bunch of you guys that watch my videos playing on the PC. How's the patch working for you? Was the game running okay for you guys before the patch? Were you looking forward to this? Did you need this patch to play the game? Some of you have been having some major issues. You can't even get in there. So try and log on, see what's up. I know there's some people that are saying on the Battlefield forums they haven't played the game yet. They haven't played multiplayer yet. I'll tell you right now, I'd be pretty upset if I bought the game on launch and haven't played it yet. So, let me know what's up. All right, moving on to gameplay points in the patch. Now, there's a lot of little specific things that they fixed on the gameplay. So if you're interested in knowing what each one of those are, just go to Battlelog and check out the post. They posted every single little every little fix. But one of the biggest things is the spawn system. Now, mainly what I'm interested in the spawn system is for Conquest. Conquest is my main game mode, and when you when you spawn on a flag that is yours, okay, that's pretty smooth. Like, we own this flag here, so we spawn on this, that's fine. But when you spawn on a flag that's neutral and or is being capped, sometimes it'll literally spawn you in the line of fire of an enemy that is firing their weapon. I can't count how many times I have spawned, the screen hasn't even showed up yet and I'm already dead. And really that's a real problem. It's annoying as hell, and it shouldn't happen. So the spawn system supposedly has been fixed in Conquest to where you shouldn't spawn right in somebody's line of sight. You can't stop that from happening every single time. I mean, with 64 players on the map and the map being so huge, sometimes you're just going to spawn in a sniper's line of sight. But for the most part, the spawns seem to be better. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they definitely seem to be better in Conquest. I don't know about Team Deathmatch. I haven't played Team Deathmatch in a while. But I know the spawns were horrendous in Team Deathmatch. So hopefully they've addressed that, and hopefully that's got some more, makes the game a little more playable. And then the biggest thing is there's a lot of weapon tweaks. Many weapons got either just a little tweak, a couple weapons got nerfed, a couple weapons got buffed. One of the things that we didn't see that I'm sure a lot of people were hoping to see is the infrared scope. I personally I'm just gonna say that I don't think it's as overpowered as everyone says it is. I think that people make it out to be like, you know, easy mode. All right. I don't like it. You know, I don't like using the infrared scope. You have to steady it like a you know, like a rifle scope, like a sniper scope. You know, it's useful in some situations, and especially like on Terran Highway, it can be useful. But you know, I mean, I know like the easy mode kit, you take the M249 saw, you put a foregrip and the infrared scope on, and you know, easy saws, right? Well, I don't know. I just don't see it as overpowered as everyone makes it out to be. But I could see where, you know, maybe it shouldn't have the draw distance that it has. You shouldn't be able to see absolutely everything, or it should, you know, fall off to where it doesn't register, you know, people as far away. But anyway, that wasn't part of the patch, and the tack lights weren't fixed. I could do with the tack lights being fixed during the day. Bright daylight, I don't care if it's a mag light. It's not going to blind you 10 feet away from you. Sorry, not going to happen. But those weren't, I don't believe those were, they weren't fixed entirely. They might have been tweaked slightly. But that's something that was left out. But otherwise, there is a whole long list of a bunch of weapon tweaks. Some damage models have been changed. Yeah, you know, if you're interested in checking out each one of those specific things, if there's a weapon that you like and you want to see if it got changed, again, just go check out Battle Log and check out the post. The main thing that has affected me the most that I've noticed is the Stinger missiles. And the Stinger missiles have, you know, I don't want to say they've become useless, but they've become much harder to use. You know, and it's twofold, because, you know, when I'm in the jets and, you know, there's like 3 engineers on the ground spread across the map that are just going, you know, Stinger happy, it's quite annoying. I mean, you cannot escape them. They lock on so quick, they hit you with one missile, you know, and sometimes that's, you know, you're below 50%, you can't land the jet and repair it, so you're done, you know. So I'm glad that they've made it harder to lock on, and then even still, if you have the stealth upgrade for one of the aircraft, make it even harder to lock on. I'm glad about that. But maybe they went just a step too far. Maybe they should have just, you know, pull it back just a tad bit. You know, you got to find a happy balance, and I think they went just a little bit too far on the Stingers. Now they make it to where if you have flares on your aircraft, the Stingers is almost never going to be able to take you out of the sky. You know, and not, I say almost, because you can still, you know, if you're persistent, you can still lock on. You can still get the, you know, you can still get a kill. But it is much harder than it used to be. So that's one of the major things. And then a lot of gameplay tweaks were made. Just simple things, like I said, about the spawn. A couple small tweaks about the spawn too, about how it'll work in certain situations, as well as just overall, you know, glitches. The EOD bot glitch has been fixed, I believe. You know, the point stat padding and whatnot. It's an absolutely huge patch, and you know, if you're interested in seeing each one of these specific things, again, like I said, head over to Battle Log, check out the post. Pretty much, it's a very detailed post. Now, one major thing that has affected me from this patch is what they've done to prevent stat padding, and I'm glad to see that they made this change, but it kind of sucks at the same time. And what they've done is change the way some of the server stuff works. And basically, I'll put it into layman's terms. What that means is there is no more servers where you can go in where there, you know, an empty server with one player. You're just going to be locked. You can't move until there's like 4 or 5 people in the server. Now this does 2 things. This makes it really hard to populate empty servers, because, you know, sometimes you can hop in, there's 10 people in there, you can get a little, you know, little match going, even if the points aren't going yet. I mean, but how else are you going to populate a server? Otherwise, people are just going to wait until the already full servers have one spot open, and, you know, just keep hitting the join button until they can get in. I think that was the way they did that. I think that was just like a quick fix. I don't think they thought it through, and I think that maybe that'll be addressed, you know. But I like to use the empty servers to practice stuff, especially practicing flying with the choppers. You know, I used to do that in Bad Company 2 all the time. Go into an empty server, fly the choppers around, practice with them, you know, and they taken that ability away. Now, on the good side of that, there was you could go into a server. There could be 2 people in the server. Let's say this happened to me. I went out to Carg Island. Some of my quick tip videos were from that match there, and it was just me and one other person, and I'm flying one of the choppers around, and you know, what I was wanting to do was I wanted to practice landing on the rooftops, capping the flag, going to another spot, you know, so that way I could in game have the chopper and be able to land on the rooftop, stay in the chopper, get the flag capped, and then take off. Well, you know, so I'm practicing doing that, and I'm realizing that I'm getting points, actual points, and unlocking things on the chopper. You know, I unlocked 2 unlocks on the chopper. You know, so I wasn't happy about that. I am against cheating 100%. I do not believe in boosting and cheating and stat padding. I think number 1 is pathetic, and number 2, people that do that should just be banned from the game. Sorry, that's my opinion. I don't care if you don't agree with it. You know, the fact that I was just trying to practice something, and you know, I was getting points for that, that's a major issue. That needs to be addressed, and I'm glad that they did that. You know, so if they need to work out something where it had to be, you know, they had to take away all empty server privileges so they could fix the stat padding, and then oh yeah, I'm arranging my mind just right. Got to get this one to the left a little bit. Okay, perfect. You know, if they had to make it so that you know, they take away all server privileges, just so they can make sure there wasn't any stat padding, and then they can bring back those 1 and 2 player servers without points, you know, without having the points on, you know, I'm fine with that. You know, but apparently you can go into unranked servers. I believe they've added that server code, but you know, I was talking about unranked servers in one of my other videos, and then I went to go find one. I actually couldn't find any unranked servers, so I'm a little upset about that. I like having the ability to go into an empty server and practice flying, but you know, if it means that it makes it harder for boosters and people that like to stat pad, you know, then I can give that up to make our game better. And then the other major change is to the squads, and this is something I really saw. I don't know why they did it, and I think it was for the worst. I thought that the squad management system as it was fine. You could leave your squad, you could join a squad, you know, you could see who was in the squad, who wasn't in the squad. You can see what people were in the squad that you were going to join. I mean, it was a piece of cake. You went to the squad menu, you selected a squad with 3 people, you hit join, then you're in it. It's 4 people, you're done. I didn't see one problem with it. I couldn't understand the amount of complaints. I don't often play with a party, so maybe there were some issues there. So forgive me if you guys that play in a party often, you know, we're having other issues. I don't know about them on that side. Now they made it a little more obvious. They changed some of the colors and made it the buttons in a little more obvious places. That's okay. What's the major problem? You're no longer automatically added into a squad at the start of a match. Hear what I said there? Battlefield, a team-based game. You are a lone wolf at the start of the game. Okay, no problem, join a squad, which is what I do most of the time, what most people do. However, so many people don't realize that they're not in a squad and are just running around lone wolfing it, and you know, it's frustrating, all right, because you want to get into a squad and there's, you know, 25 morons that have no clue that they're not in a squad, just running around aimlessly. You know, not that I would necessarily want to be in their squad in the first place, but I don't understand why they changed that. You should be dumped into a random, if you're playing in public matches, you should be dumped into a random squad as soon as you join the game. That's how it should be. So hopefully they address that. So just be aware, when you get into a game, you do need to join a squad. You have to actively join a squad. You know, I don't see how you can effectively play this game not in a squad. I'm sorry. You know, spawning at your base every time, I don't see how that can be effective, and I don't see it working out for you. So, you know, join a squad. you know, if you need somebody to play with that always wants to play teamwork and wants to play in a squad, you hit me up on Battlelog if you play on the PC. You know, I'm always welcome to squad up with somebody. But yeah, that's a major issue that was. I don't see why they added that to the patch. I don't think it was needed at all. I don't think the squad system needed work. I think it was fine. You know, so for the most part, I think it was a pretty good patch. But my Battlefield experience was already pretty good, you know, so I wasn't waiting for a patch. But what I really would like to hear is you guys that have been having major problems, how has this patch changed your experience? Has it made it better? Has it made it worse? What do you guys think? And just quick here before the video ends, I just want to mention that I have finished the weapon unlocks for the engineer. Not all the attachments, but I've gotten all the weapons except for that one that you get through the co-op mission. But I've gotten the M4A1 and AKS-74U for the opposite teams. So I'm going to start my weapons review for the engineer kit very soon. I'll start working on those videos today, and hopefully we'll get them up in the middle of the week. And now I'm going to be working on the assault kit with the, you know, just getting the rest of the weapons unlocked, and then I'll start doing weapons reviews there. I know it's a little bit of a longer video, but I wanted to catch up with you guys, talk about the patch. If you made it to the end, congratulations. Maybe there'll be a prize. We shall see. But I'm glad that glad you guys stuck through and hear me out. There'll be more videos on the way. I got some stuff to take care of today, but I'll have some shorter videos for you guys to check out. Just some fun gameplay commentaries, maybe some live commentaries. You know, all the good stuff. Till next time, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm J-Man Espresso. I'll see you later.